Today is February 20th, 2024. This is the AI Agents Engineering Sync. And Marshall, you got the first item.
Sure. So one thing Eduardo called out as a blocker on the feature flag rollout was like the potential for abuse that I think, what was his name? Nicholas called out. Potential for abusing the Redis message cache by creating like arbitrarily many AI agents, since like they have separate keys. So like my intuition was that like the best way to solve this would just be to have like a global rate limit in place, because otherwise there's no easy way to control like the total number of messages that are cached, right? And I don't think we wanted to like lock the number of agents or anything like that. Turns out there's already a global rate limit in place for 160 messages every 8 hours, which is like pretty restrictive already. And so I think the TLDR is that we really have nothing to worry about, because the maximum number of messages that people can send in an 8-hour time frame is 160, and that's only 8x more than what could already be cached in Redis, right? So hypothetically, if you create 8 agents and then hit all 8 of them simultaneously, you'll cache about 160 messages, and then you won't be able to do anything for 8 hours. So that doesn't seem too bad. I pinged some infrastructure folks to see what their thoughts are, but yeah, I don't think it's a sure. The other thing is like because of the 30-minute TTL on the Redis keys, like even if like you had a coordinated attack that spiked the usage, all those users that participated in the attack would be locked out for 8 hours, right? But the cache expiration is 30 minutes, and so like, yeah, it's really a non-issue, I think.
Okay, that's like a user rate limit, like a session
or user rate limit. That's right.
Browser user. Okay.
Plus, I'm pretty sure it's a paid feature also, or at least it will be in GA. So, yeah, I a lot of reasons why it would be hard to abuse or impossible.
Yeah, I think it doesn't make sense as a free feature until we have like custom models or something like this.
Or right? Some other way to monetize it, right?
Yeah.
Expensive for us to run, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for checking that out. Mark,
I think I got the next one. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got great news. The AI agents debug chat interface is ready to be merged and in review now. I think it took quite a while, but I think it was also great collaboration on this specific merge request, like a back and forth and yeah, just exploring options there. Yeah, so I think we started the review round and hopefully we'll get this merged soon. And then we can, so I wrote down some like follow-up tasks for me that I can take a look at. Number one is this agent version ID that we need to add to the subscription or trigger. So we don't mess with the duo chat history stuff. The next one would be, yeah, once Darby, your merge request got merged, we could potentially also fetch agent details and display the name and all these kind of things. And also explore streaming, maybe as an option. One thing I had in mind, what was your opinion on state management for like preserving history of the debug chat? I think in the last chat, it was like, yeah, would be nice, but not really mandatory for first iteration.
Is that directed at me?
Kind of to both of you, maybe, but in the end, yeah, you.
Sorry, I was thinking about the subscription issue. Can you repeat that real quick?
My question? Yeah, sure. What we think about having state management in there, whether it's like mandatory for the first iteration or whether it's like a nice add-on thing, or maybe we don't even want it in the debug chat because it's like a debug chat.
You mean like state management for the messages and stuff?
Yeah, preserving history. Yeah. like we have it in Duo Chat.
Yeah. Oh, that already works in Duo Chat.
Yeah, it does. But we would need to add this also to our debug chat
Is it?
if we want to have it. Yeah.
I'd be interested in exploring like what the delta is between what we have now and
Mhm.
that, right? Like, is it just because like we need to hook more stuff up? Like, is it because like we
Mhm.
need to hook into the subscription and everything? Because I would imagine that it's all like pretty much done already, right? Like we're already
Yeah, it's done
using the same
for Duo
component.
Chat. That's true. Yeah. I didn't really explore that, so I cannot tell today. Maybe also just worth exploring. I just added to the list.
Okay. I think definitely adding agent version ID to the subscription trigger is number one. And then
Yeah.
yeah, I think you've got it lined out exactly. Like
Mhm.
I think exploring streaming is more important than the history, unless it
Yeah.
turns out like I don't know how much of this is already done on Duo Chat. Does Duo Chat also support streaming? Because
Yeah.
it might just be like
It does. Yeah.
fix this, yeah, so fix the subscription trigger thing, patch agent details, and then I would just
Probably
say
put just implementation detail stuff. Just worth exploring.
yeah. Okay. So you think that you'll pick up the subscription trigger thing next? Because I think that was the only other
Yeah, I
block.
think it makes sense because I think I'm the only one who has a working setup for this. So probably makes sense that I look into it.
Okay, cool.
Do you think that's like a large amount of work, or have you not dug into it yet?
I know it looks like we just need to pass the agent version ID as an additional argument.
Okay.
Probably things aren't that simple, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's like my first idea. We'll see whether it works. I don't know.
That seems like the one big kind of blocker yet
Yeah,
is just because of that
exactly.
unexpected behavior. The rest of
Exactly.
it's all kind of like a nice add-on. So
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, Darby,
Okay.
I think
All
yours the
right.
next.
Yep. I'm just kind of like breaking down the whole edit an agent screen, and it's kind of spawning off some MRs. So I've got the agent GraphQL, agent detail GraphQL endpoint, which is in review now. I broke that off because I thought, Mark, you could use that for the detail view. And then the shared component is basically taking that form and pulling that out to a shared component that we can use across the create and edit screens and other screens. So kind of like slowly breaking down all of that that's going to come in for the final like edit view, which once these kind of shared MRs are done, then the edit page will be a real quick one to get up there. So hopefully I can get most of this stuff done this week. And then we'll have that whole experience kind of pinned down. So pretty straightforward.
Sounds great.
Cool.
And the last thing I'm following up on this week is the nav change.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an MR up for that, but I need to like re-ping folks to get some movement on it. Because I think Eduardo like was trying to like convince them to have a lighter weight process around adding nav items behind a feature flag, like experimental stuff. But I want to make sure that like they just also move our thing along without like defining a framework for how experimental features are added to the sidebar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Is anyone aware of any MRs that Eduardo had out? I don't think there's any that he left. But if you're aware of any, like let me know, because I'll try to run those down too, since he'll be out for a couple of weeks. Cool.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's labeled AI agents. So
okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Anything else before we adjourn?
Can you hit stop the recording?
Yeah.
And then we can chat about one more thing.